What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of O-Peach Outdoors. And today we're going to do a little bit of pond hopping. As you guys, well, most people know by now, a lot of schools have closed, colleges have closed, and stuff like that. So my college is on to online only right now, and so I've got more time on my hands to do some videos. So because of that, I am going to go out. I've got about 5 hours in between my 2 online classes I've got going on today. So we're going to do pond hopping, go out to a local pond. I was just out there with a buddy last night. He caught about a 3-pound bass, and I didn't catch any, but they're starting to turn on there, especially because it's getting warmer out this week. So we are going to go. We're going to stop at Walmart first. Well, this is going to be a little bit of a pond hopping and then a little bit of a review of a bait there too that my buddy uses all the time, and I'm curious how it compares to others. So we're going to go to Walmart, get that bait. We're going to head out there to the pond. And yeah, we're going to see how it works and see if we can catch some fish. So we'll see you guys here in a minute when we get to Walmart. Well, guys, as you can see, we just made it to Walmart. And I just remembered, Walmart, they don't care too much for people using cameras inside. So I'm not going to bring my camera inside, but I'm going to have my phone on recording as I go in so you guys can see what I'm picking up. And yeah, I'm going to try to be a little bit low profile with it so nobody says anything and nobody really cares that I have it on. So we're going to head in there, we're going to get a few baits, and then we'll be back into the truck here in a minute, and I'll show you guys what all I got. Alright, so we made it back here to the fishing, and let's see if they have it. There isn't that good of a fishing selection here at our Walmart, and it may be that the bait I was coming after might be gone. We're going to look around here and hopefully see if we can find one laying around, and then I'll get back with you guys as we're heading out. Alright guys, got all 3 baits that I was looking for. They didn't have the exact color I wanted, but it'll be enough, I think, what we got. So we're going to head back out to the truck. We're going to check out, go out there, and we'll see you guys when we get there. So we just got out of Walmart, and I'm going to go through a little bit about what I just got. So first off, I got a Strike King. This is the Lipless crankbait, the red-eyed shad. I got red just because this bait is awesome right now, and I only have one with me, and I don't want to lose the one I have today and then not have another one just in case. Other than that, I found my favorite color, which is actually hard to find around here, and it's a chartreuse sexy shad. So I got this color too, just because I can't find them that often, so I grabbed it. And then the main bait I went in there for, which they didn't have the color I wanted, which is red, is this Ozark Trail Lipless crankbait. I got this because I've heard some of my buddies say that they love this lure and that it catches real good fish. So I figured we'd take it out there before we get fishing. I'm gonna sit down at the bench right out there in the park, gonna look at the bait, look it over, kind of compare it to a Strike King red-eyed shad and my Booyah Lipless crankbait I've got, and then we'll see what it's like, how the hooks are, and how it compares, and hopefully get to try it out if we can find some fish out there today. So yeah, we'll see you guys here when we get to the park we're going to. Alright guys, so we just got out here to the pond, and like I said, I've got 3 different baits. I've got that Ozark Trail Lipless crankbait, which is really the reason why we came out here. It's 7/16 ounce, so it's almost ½ ounce. And then I've got the red-eyed shad by Strike King and another red-eyed shad by Strike King. So yeah, so what my plan on today is I'm gonna pretty much go out there with my Booyah crankbait I've got tied on. It's the Booyah, or the old Excalibur right here, and that's the one that my buddy caught a fish on the other day. Well, actually, it's a Strike King one he caught a fish on, but I'm gonna go out there with the Booyah one and see if I can catch some fish. But first I wanted to go over a little bit this Lipless crankbait by Ozark Trail. It's $1.97, I believe, at Walmart, and that's really what struck my interest because I've heard some good things about it. So overall, it feels pretty well. It looks pretty good compared to the Strike King. So if you're looking at both these together, they look pretty similar. The Ozark Trail seems to look a little bit more like a Rapala bait instead of the Strike King. So it looks like the Rapala Rip and Wrap, but it's still pretty good, it seems like. Now, the components on it is what I'm worried about with the little split shots and the hooks on it. And actually the hooks they seem to be fairly sharp. Some of them do. Some of them aren't as sharp, and it's actually, there's something peeling off on my hands as I'm just holding it. I don't know if it's the paint or if it is the stuff from parts of the hook. I don't know. It kind of looks like lead. So I know one test that you do with these baits is you'll take the hook, put it diagonal, and go down your fingernail. And actually, the Strike King one's barely gripping onto my fingernail, but I can feel it's trying to grab. Then when you go over to the one that's made by Ozark Trail, let's try this hook. Let's try the other hooks. So far there was one hook. One of the hooks out of, 1 point out of all 6 points on the 2 hooks that actually gripped in. So that's one thing that's going to need changed out on this bait, is the hooks that aren't the best. And they actually seem to be pretty easy to bend too. So I would say these baits, if they had better hooks on them, that would be awesome. But for being $1.97, you really can't complain about that so far. The paint job on them doesn't look bad. It looks a little bit cheap, but I mean, hey, this is a shad color, so I mean, you really don't need anything that looks like amazing. So I guess I'll find out how the split rings go when I get out there and start fishing with it. But overall, for $1.97, it doesn't seem like it would be that bad of a bait to throw or to even have in your tackle box. And that's why I really wanted to make this video, is to go over a bait like this, is because a lot of people say, oh no, you need this bait, or this bait because it's more expensive, it's so much better. So I kind of wanted to see if these cheap baits actually do compete with more expensive ones. I know that this Strike King's like $6, so it's not really like super expensive or anything, but it's still more expensive than that one. And it's a good bait to throw. And same with this booyah that I have here. It's, I believe, $8 to get that booyah. So I figured that's a good one to test to see if it holds up pretty well too. So now that we kind of went over the bait a little bit, let's get into fishing. I'm going to throw on my chest mount, and we're going to head out here and try to catch a few fish. Alright, so we're walking down the side of the pond right now. There's a track that goes, or this pavement area that goes all the way around the outside for people to walk in. I'm sorry if the wind is getting in the sound a little bit. It's a little bit windy out, and I really can't help that for now until I get a mic. But I'll be getting a mic for my GoPro here soon to help this out and help with the sound. So we're going to walk down here a little bit, and we're going to get fishing. We're probably going to fish where my buddy caught his fish yesterday to see if we can catch one around there. But we'll just fish all the way around the pond, kind of go all the way, see if we can catch a fish or two. And then once we catch one with this booyah, we'll move over to the Ozark Trail one. For some reason, it's in March where nothing has grown yet, and there's still weeds on the bottom of this pond, which is, to me, just is super bizarre because of how it's been pretty cold and everything should have died off. And I'm on some weeds. Alright, so we just got out here on this little point. This is where we caught the one fish yesterday, or my buddy caught the one fish yesterday, so hopefully we can get one right here. Oh my gosh, there's so many freaking weeds. It's hard to fish. Oh, alright guys, we are moving a little bit. I wish I could just catch fish. Just let me catch one fish. Well guys, I'm starting to think that we're not going to catch fish. Just keep on getting hung up on all these weeds and can't get out of them, and then I've got to reel up to get out of them. This would be a perfect time to catch fish right now because this is getting annoying. Well, what in the world? Guys, isn't that kind of weird? Just said perfect time to catch the fish. There we go, guys. I guess technically we caught a fish. Not what we're going after, but you know, who cares? We caught a fish, I guess. So we're going to keep on going, and maybe we'll catch a bass now, since we happen to catch a bluegill. I don't know how. But, alright guys, let's keep on fishing. Well guys, we just got back to my truck. Unfortunately, we didn't catch anything. We caught, well, we did, but we didn't at the same time. We caught, or snagged, I don't even know what it was, the one bluegill that I caught, and that was it. Didn't even really have a bite other than that. So we weren't able to test out the Lipless crankbait. Right now, we are actually going to meet up with Steven at Rural King, get a few things, and we're going to hop on over to his house and help him out with his boat a little bit. So yeah guys, let's head on there, and we'll see you when we get to Rural King. Well guys, it is the next day. I know I said we were going to go to Rural King, help Steven out with his boat. We ended up doing that, but it was crazy at Rural King. It was packed, and then it was also, when we got to Steven's house, it was raining. So I really didn't get much footage of that, which, I mean, it's okay. We just installed a trolling motor on his boat. But yeah, so anyways, we got that done. And now, well, like I said, it's the next day. We're about to go fishing again, but this ends today's video. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys liked kind of going over that Walmart brand Lipless crankbait to see how it compares to a Strike King. I wish I would have actually been able to catch some fish on it, but we will do another video here later on about comparing that bait to other baits. I'm going to do a lot of comparing baits this summer and spring. So if you guys have any certain baits you like compared together or compared with, then just let me know, and I'll make sure I get them and try to hook those up into a video. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video.